Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. So today we are going to do a little bit of meal prep, um, have a little bit of a sit down chat. Hopefully I'm not going to make it too long. And we will be going over some, let's see. We'll talk about my weight. We'll talk about blood sugar, quick history. Okay, first up with our meal prep, I want to make a chicken, what is it called? Chicken ranch bacon ranch chicken. I said it backwards. Casserole. So we have the chicken right here. And we have, some spices. I'm going to use some of this salad dressing because, to be quite honest, I'm not a big fan of it. I want to use it up, and I think it'll go pretty well in the casserole and just not eating it by itself. And these are the spices I will be using. And let's go look at the bacon. All right, and here is the bacon. So I'm not going to show every single step, but I will show you the final product. And this is what our bacon chicken ranch casserole is looking like. And it's going to go into the oven at 350 until it's done. And we're on to the next recipe. Okay, next up, we're going to make tacos. You've seen me make tacos quite a few times, so no need to show it. I got my ground beef, and I have some cilantro. And this is my spice mix. We have some Taco Bell mild sauce, some Rotel, and some power greens, a little bit of power greens left. So we're going to use all of this. I'm going to get it made up, and I will show you the final product. Meal prep is complete. These are fire roasted vegetables, and I cooked them on the pan, the same pan that I had my bacon on. Here is our casserole. It is a bacon ranch chicken casserole. And last but not least, we have some taco meat. So that is meal prep for the week at least for a couple of days. We'll see how far it takes us. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. So today we are going to do a little bit of meal prep, have a little bit of a sit-down chat. Hopefully I'm not going to make it too long. And we will be going over some, let's see. We'll talk about my weight. We'll talk about blood sugar, quick history for a lot of the new people. And yeah, and we'll just go on from there. And I made some little notes, so I try not to forget anything and try to keep it very concise for you guys. I do want to thank you. Thank you guys so much. It just warmed my heart for my last video. The wonderful comments in regards to mental health. Thank you so much. Just so everyone is aware, I am working with a therapist. And I'll get more into it when I go into my little update, but the weather, most of the time, has a lot to do with it, even though I am diagnosed with depression and anxiety. So let's get right into it. So the first thing, we will go into blood sugar and weight. So that was the little clip for weight and for blood sugar, which is doing fine. My weight, I'm going to say I'm up from probably almost a year ago, about 4 or 5 pounds, but I'm going to get them off. And my goal this year is to finally get down to my goal weight. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to be working on that. And the closer you get to goal weight, the harder it is. And menopause does not help any at all. Let's see. Let me go into a little bit of history. So 10, 11 years ago, I had weight loss surgery. I had the gastric bypass. At that point, I think I was tipping the scale at my heaviest. Now, mind you, I'm barely 5 feet tall, not even 5 feet tall. So I was about 258, 259. I think even at some points I might have been heavier than that. I'm not gonna say I didn't want to know, but it was just a sore spot for me. So my daughter talked some sense into me. From that point, it got me jump started and a little bit afraid. I started looking into what can I do, and I thought, well, maybe is liposuction an option? And calling some of the places, basically got laughed at. They was like, ma'am, in order for that to be successful and to even be an option, your BMI has to be less than 30. And I'm not even going to go into what my BMI was. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. So, long story short, what ended up happening, I looked into weight loss surgery. Now, a blessing and a curse. Very much so. I think when it comes to the weight loss surgery, I think a lot of them would be a lot more successful long term if the issue of why you needed it was tackled to begin with. So you do have to go to some appointments, therapy appointments, and it's no more than 1 or 2, and that's not enough to even do anything, you know? So I think if they concentrated more on the why you have to have it, before even giving it to you to set you up for success, I think it would be a much better outcome. So I like I said, I had the surgery. And um, you have a honeymoon period. There's this honeymoon period where you're just going to drop the weight. Then after that, the rest of that period is you have to actually have your head in the game and doing what you're supposed to do to lose the weight. Basically, what you should be doing in life if you're overweight to lose the weight. Okay. So if you're thinking, well, weight loss surgery, magic pill, it is no way a magic pill. Now, I will say it was a good tool in the toolbox for me. But you need more than one tool to build a structural foundation to a house. That's the way I'm going to put it. I had the surgery. Like I said, I initially lost. Then I started gaining again. And would lose and gain. I started looking into more nutrition, and I found back then paleo was booming, was a big thing. So paleo was pretty good. And then by then, I think low carb started coming onto the scene and all that. I started dibble-dabbling in the low carb, and, you know, the weight was kind of almost like plateaued for me a little bit. Then there's a big rise of the keto, looking into all that. And long story short, the body is such a complex organism, okay? Especially, I think, for women with all our hormones. And I always said to myself, I need to get that weight off before I go into menopause. Lo and behold, I went into menopause and didn't get the weight off. And it just threw a monkey wrench into a lot of things. Where I was doing what I thought was like just keto. Keto is you do it this way, and that's how you have to do it. That was my mindset. But little did I know there were different ways to keto. Keto is not eating. Keto is a state of being, your body in ketosis. And there's a lot of ways to get the body in ketosis, good or bad, okay? So I looked into eating for hormones a long time ago. Not like long, but a while ago. And it made me nervous. I'm going to be honest, it made me nervous because I would have to up some of my carbs, some specific carbs to eat. And I thought, oh my God, if I start doing this, people are going to say I'm not keto. So I was shooting my own self in the foot for not paying attention sooner. Lo and behold, I'm having to do this protocol right now to get my hormones together so that I can lose the weight. And it has been coming off very slowly, and that's fine. I'm not here to rush my body and to throw it in a shock. So, but had I listened a long time ago, I probably would have been in my maintenance mode by now. But, it's okay. Lessons learned. That's why I put out that video. If you guys haven't saw it yet, where I had a serious talk about women in menopause and doing keto. And when you're reaching out to a lot of different people for help, to just be careful. If you're in menopause and you're reaching out for help, how to do keto, how to get started, be very careful. Make sure that person you're reaching out to understands women's hormones when you're in menopause and what can happen when you start doing keto. That is so critical and important. So that's kind of my update in a little bitty nutshell. Because I didn't want to make this too long. I wanted to make sure I did hit on some key points because I do have some new subscribers and they don't really know my history, with having weight loss surgery and how that impacted everything. And then about 3 years ago, going into menopause and how that impacted things as far as what I can eat and how I eat, and me picking up an exercise routine. This is the longest I've been in the gym, you guys. I hit my 2-year anniversary of going to the gym, and that impacts how you eat and how much you should be eating too. So I'm proud of myself as far as my working out. I think the longest stretch I've ever went prior to this was probably about maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, working out, going to a gym. And then it would plateau. Something would happen. And then I'd be like, oh, I'll work out the next day. And something would happen. I wouldn't work out. I was like, oh, I'll get it in. And pretty soon it was just off my radar. But I have made exercising and going to the gym a priority for me. Just period, a priority. And I don't think I really have too many more. I'm looking at my paper. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have too many more updates. Last and final update is, I think you guys remember how I was very much opposed to eating before going to the gym, and I had to do the gym early in the morning. So just recently, just this past week, something happened where I couldn't get to the gym really, really early. I had to push it back. And I had a very small breakfast and then went to the gym. And, it was okay. I said, you know what? Actually, it was better than okay. It worked out pretty well for me. And I think it was just time to change things up just slightly. And my body responded pretty well to it. I was always like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I would never do that. I hate doing that. But never say never. What you would never do, it ended up working out pretty well for me. Because it wasn't a huge meal where I would feel sluggish, but it was just a little bit of something. And I felt a little more energized. So don't be afraid to change up your workout routine. If you are one that has for a long time just gone in the evening, maybe if you can, try going in the middle of the day or in the morning. Or if you've been one that goes in the morning, maybe change it up and see if going in the evening might, trigger your body that, oh, you're doing something different, and might help you to start losing weight. But for now, that is my update. I don't think I have any more updates. No, I don't. Like I said, I didn't want to make this too long, but just to give a little bit of background, talk about my weight, and get everybody caught up, especially the new people. So I'm going to close out this video, get it up for you guys. Mwah! You are all wonderful. I so very much appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be seeing you next week.